It's part of the curriculum in my class.
So it's something you want to personally teach us?
Yes, out of respect for myself as well. The same way that I identify you guys as your pronouns, I would expect the same respect for my pronouns.
Well,
yes, in the back.
Okay.
Does Principal Johnson know that you're teaching us this? Like, does Principal Johnson use your proper pronouns?
I don't believe I've had too many conversations with Principal Johnson, but as far as I'm concerned, I haven't had any issues.
I thought Principal Johnson was your boss.
Right. So we just go through email, and he would identify me as Teacher Darren.
He called you that?
Yes.
Okay.
This is crazy.
So question, like, which bathroom do you use?
The teacher's bathroom.
No, like boy or girl?
The teacher's bathroom. The employee's bathroom.
What about like when you're at a mall or at a restaurant?
I don't see how the bathroom is the issue here.
I do, because we trying to understand as students. We don't. I've never really talked this. This is crazy. I think
that's okay. I'm here to answer any questions.
It's not okay.
And you didn't answer the question.
In the back.
So the question is, am I gonna run into you in the bathroom, or is Daryl gonna run into you in the bathroom?
Good question.
Well, you won't, because you're not allowed in the teacher's bathroom.
Like I said, what about when you're at a mall or a restaurant or something?
Well, I don't see what bathroom I use is any of your business.
You said you were here to answer any questions we have.
Right,
You
and
just
my
said
answer
that.
to that is that I don't ask you about your bathroom problems, and you don't ask me about mine.
Well, I didn't ask to be taught this.
And we don't understand it.
Like, we should be learning geography, but for some reason we're learning about pronouns.
Okay, well, do you not want to have respect for your teacher? I understand that this is a safe.
Subjective.
This is a safe space for all of us. That would include Teacher Darren.
This was a safe space regardless, to be honest, like, before all this.
Yes.
I think the last one is pretty funny, so.
What does that one mean?
What?
Yeah, is that when you identify as a cat?
Say it.
Is it like purr, or is it like
Yeah, the last one there.
yeah? What's that one? That was pretty funny.
Say it again. That's funny.
Can you explain that one, please? The purr?
So my pronouns are z, zer, zers, and zerself, and these are the ones we're focusing on today.
So it's just all about you? If we're on the subject, I feel like we should learn about them all, not just yours.
Especially the one at the bottom.
Very selfish at this point.
Man, this is crazy.
Are you gonna start calling us Zer? Because I'm just gonna be.
Are those your pronouns?
No.
Then I'm not going to call you that. What are your pronouns?
She, her.
So then that's what
Same
I'm going
thing
to
as
call you.
yours?
Okay, no. So you're z, zer, zers, and zerself?
No.
'Cause I can
We
call
are
you
she, her, hers, and herself.
Right.
You
Okay.
and that Z, we don't know nothing about that. Sorry.
Exactly.
Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, whose name is YAHAWAH, Abanawa YAHAWAH, and His only begotten Son, whose name is YAHAWASHI. To the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom to the elect of Israel, Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel, all 12 tribes that are scattered abroad, the tabernacle of David. Double honors to the elders, the bishops, and the apostles of the great millstone, the one who taught me this truth. I want to thank the Most High YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI for giving me inspiration to do this lesson. I hope this lesson is edifying and to the point. I was watching a video earlier and it inspired me to do this lesson. This is the current state of society, starting off with America, aka Babylon the Great. This is confusion. And this is my understanding, this was a skit, but this is what is being taught today in our society. See, because you can't tell a boy from a girl anymore. You can't say, what is a man? You can't say him, her, or whatever they're saying right now. You can't even, everything has to be, in their eyes, politically correct because you don't want to offend anybody. The last time I checked, they were saying there's over 72 different genders. That is confusion. You and I both know there's only two genders, male and female. That's it. The Lord made everything perfect. Let's go to Babel. This is like the time of Babel. We know what happened then. This is how we know that we are at the end of the civilization. The word Babel goes into confusion. Right? It says a confused noise made by a number of voices. And that skit couldn't be perfect enough to describe that because they were all confused. It says a confused noise made by a number of voices. Clamor, din, racket. See, all the different words that are going into this, but it's all nothing but confusion. And this is the whole doctrine of the Babylonian wine, the philosophies. Let's go to the book of Revelation, the 17th chapter. And there came one of the 7 angels, which had 7 vials, and talked with me, saying, Come hither, I will show you the judgment of the great whore. Who is the great whore? America, that sitteth on many waters, and the waters represent the people. This philosophy, this ideology is being forced upon the vast majority of the nations in this world, countries in this world. Some are gladly accepting it because they have drank the Babylonian wine, but some are refusing it. A lot of the ones are refusing it for various reasons. But this is the whore that sitteth on many waters, getting all the nations drunk. And now the nations are becoming mad at the whore. Verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants, that's spiritual fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. And this is all part of the wine, the philosophies, the wicked doctrines, the stuff they're being forced upon people. And this is the state that we are in today. I started off by reading the book of 2 Ezra 15 verse 6. Well, 5 and 6, it says, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And this is the point. Before wickedness, and this is wickedness, have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. The Lord is bringing all these calamities upon the earth because of all the abominations that are happening. See, the Most High is going to have a speedy riddance of this place. It says in the book of Luke 12 verse 49, when the Lord returns, this place will be on fire from the nuclear destruction, but him and his angels will finish it off. Book of Luke 12 verse 49 says, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it had already been kindled? So when the Lord comes, America would already be hit by some of the nuclear missiles already being in flames. And the Lord's going to finish it off. That's why he's going to have a speedy riddance of this place. You know? Because the Lord, the Most High, is not the author of confusion. He made everything perfect. Male, female. That's it. Only 2 genders. But this man, Esau, Edom, turned everything upside down with wickedness. The wicked vibration that's being echoed across the entire earth. But the Most High is not the author of confusion. He had made everything perfect and in order. But this man comes to bring the disorder. That word disorder goes into the confusion. See? It is the wicked that is causing all the confusion. Esau, Edom. Man of sin, son of perdition. These are the vessels fitted for destruction, because they're bringing all this wickedness, the wicked agenda on the earth. But the Lord had made everything perfect in his works. Let's go there really quick. 1 second. Bear with me for quick second here. So I have it on my... Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second. I have it on my phone here. Sorry. Okay, so Genesis 1, verse 27. So YAHAWAH, that's his name, created man in his own image, and in the image of the Most High created he him. Male and female created he them. Bring it up here, actually. There are some groups will take this and spin it into their own ways. No, but the Lord made everything perfect. So Genesis 1, verse 27. Bear with me for 1 second here. Just want to bring it up on the screen here. It says, so YAHAWAH created man in his own image, and in the image of YAHAWAH created he him. Male and female created he them. Right? Just male and female. Let's go to the next verse. And YAHAWAH blessed them. And YAHAWAH said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. This kind of lifestyle here, it brings death. It is sinful. Sin leads to death. It is sinful. You can't reproduce in this lifestyle. It says, and the Most High blessed them. And the Most High said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. See, this is where all the confusion comes in. Goes back to the Tower of Babel. The Lord made everything perfect. There's a video here I'm going to show really quickly. It's with this guy here, Douglas Murray, and him and Joe Rogan. But pretty much they talk about at the end of any civilization, they're always obsessed with gender. It goes back to the ancient Roman Empire and various empires. This is the article here from the Media Matters, but I'm just going to go to the video. Joe Rogan and guests discuss whether trans people are a sign of the end of America. It was written back in September 18th, 2020. Sorry. Anyways, I'll go right to the video. I guess this is the guy here. Stand by.
I take trans on last because it's sort of the most minority thing, but it's obviously very, very interesting and important thing to question what's going on here. And I say, I think something is obviously going on with the trans thing. I think that it's wildly under-discussed, and I think that our societies are doing things that we will look back on with shame in terms of experimenting on young children. I mean, we will just... Yes, that I think the most disturbing. And there's a bunch of lawsuits coming everyone's way quite soon, and maybe that'll stop it. But I have, like you, I have parents who, when we still had events, would come up to me afterwards. I get emails from parents. I have a sympathy, which I think everybody else has, but they don't voice enough because they worry about it. I have so much sympathy with parents who say, I've been threatened with the suicide of my child. And by the doctors, by the medical profession. And this is what's always said, when people say, do you want a living daughter or a dead son? And they're told that by medical experts. What are they meant to say? What are they meant to do? And these people find no sympathy for them anywhere. Right. And I think that it's a huge one. I think again it's a total the silent majority one. Everybody knows. Most parents know something's going on in this. It's also, by the way, to have the real discussion about it is much more interesting than the fake one, because the real discussion, as I say, about things like autogynephilia, about sexual eroticism and transgressing and all this stuff is really interesting. Yes. And there's not much written about it, but as you know, it's really, really interesting. Much more interesting than what the trans activists try to say about trans. But all of that's going on. All of it is trying to be suppressed. It can't be suppressed. It won't be suppressed. It'll all be had out sometime. And I think we can have it out now. But by the way, isn't it worrying that it is the debate that it has become? And I worry, it was Camille Parrier who first alerted me to this. I worry about the dominance that trans has taken, precisely where we started off, because it's an end of empire discussion.
Yeah,
you know this? Paglia says at the end of every empire, they get interested in sexual fluidity, hermaphroditism, and so on. And I do think that if this is the end of American dominance in the world, and it could be, if America falls into civil war, then this is the end of American dominance. It's the end of the West as we saw it, and the rise, obviously, in the overtaking by China. And
have to pause it there for a quick second. What he said, if America falls into civil war, yes, America will fall into civil war. That is all prophecy as well. But I'm not going to go into that right now. I'll just continue. Just want to add my 2 cents here. Stand by.
Well, China first of all. And if that happens, and historians look back on this, one of the things that they will say is, wasn't it strange that in the last decades, this American society got completely hung up on the issue of trans? It will be seen to be a late empire, a bad sign of things falling apart, on top of the multitude of other bad signs that you, particularly in America, have all around you at the moment.
That is fascinating that at the end of empires, they get really concerned with gender and hermaphrodites and those things. Like that's universal?
Well, it certainly happens at the end of the Greek and Roman empires.
Wonder what that is.
I think it must be...
I'll tell you. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. This thing happened many times. And remember, America is the revised Roman Empire. It's all done before. The wickedness goes back to different civilizations. This is the end of an empire.
Something to do with those boundaries and all other boundaries starting to erode. I mean, the nature of society is that we have certain fixed ideas that we agree on. I mean, by the way, trans is a brilliant one, because the whole non-binary thing is a brilliant one if you wanted to pull apart society, because, again, get people to pretend that men and women don't exist. Get people to pretend that the one of the things that we've all known from the beginning doesn't exist, and you can do all of the other stuff too. It's a brilliant one to demoralize people on. Say there's no difference between men and women. The penis is a social construct. Somebody, a Labour MP said recently on television, she actually had the gall to say on television, she said children are born without sex. Like penises and vaginas are so 20th century. And, you know, if you do that stuff, then of course people end up, they just doubt everything. And that's why these things worry some of us, because if everybody is persuaded to doubt what they see with their eyes, then they can be persuaded to fall for absolute.
This is part of the whole indoctrination of the kids. Because this is what, when our kids go to school from whatever time frame, from between 8 and 4 or whatever time, 9 and 3, whatever, the school, they're in charge of the school system. If you want to go to the school to take your child out, you need permission. So during the day, your school is responsible for your child, and they're teaching these children all these things and having them safe outlets. If the child wants to be identified as a cat, that is a child's safe space. This is all the confusion and wickedness they're teaching the children, right? So this is what they use, and they're indoctrinating the minds of the children because they're pure and they're innocent. And to accept, basically indoctrination means just a people or persons to accept a set of beliefs uncritically. They don't want you to criticize these things. Everyone knows, well, I shouldn't say everyone, but the vast majority of people know that this is going off. This is wickedness. But this is what the school is doing, because this is what they do. This is how they form of indoctrinating the children here. I'll play a bit more and then I'll come out of it.
Absolutely anything next.
Agreed, but I don't think people are doing that on purpose with a specific goal of eroding society, right? So what is the motivation?
Some are,
Some are, you believe?
Some are.
Why? In
Yeah,
what way?
somewhat, definitely. You can predict with 100% certainty the people who will use the latest, craziest trans claim and run with it. There are definitely politicians in all of our countries who, pardon the image, but use trans people as a battering ram for something else. Right? They use trans as a battering ram against capitalism. Horrible image, but I mean, like they're just running at the door of capitalism.
I'll pause it there. Like I said, if you really want to go at the whole thing here, like I said, Media Matters, Joe Rogan and guests discuss whether trans people are a sign of the end times of America. So if you really want to see the rest, or if I remember, I can put the link in the description if you're interested. But Isaiah 5 verse 20, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. See how everything is upside down? Because the wicked are in rulership. In the book of Proverbs 29 verse 2 says, roughly paraphrasing, but it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And right now the people are mourning. A lot of parents are mourning. This is what these guys are doing. This is what I'm doing. We're all mourning because this is just, we know this is wickedness. Even if you're not in the truth, you know this is wickedness. This is not right. It says, Isaiah 5 verse 20, woe unto them that call evil good. That's the upside down balance. And good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, and that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. You see how everything is upside down in this man's world? Everything is out of course. Not about 3 months ago, I saw there was a guy had a heart transplant, but he was the first successful heart transplant from a pig, and they were boasting about that, and that is in itself is going off. And then a few weeks ago, the guy died, of course, because now you're meddling animals with humans. Like that is going off. But anyhow, the guy died. But this is the level of confusion and the wickedness. And that's why the Lord said, that's why the Lord had to come and bring all the plagues and the famine and the destruction, because the wickedness have reached to the heavens, you know. So this is this is going off. So woe to them that call evil good and good evil. That's these people, right? So this is nothing but the man of sin, the son of perdition, is being revealed. You know, we've already know the son of perdition is, because perdition means destruction. Who's the ones destroying the planet? Who's the one ruling the planet? And it is this draconian style of rulership, wickedness. Everything is snaps and everything is traps and snares in the system, you know. But today the son of perdition, so-called white man, Esau, Edom. You see, back in the day, it was the son of a perdition was Judas Iscariot, but now today the man of sin is being revealed, because this is what these guys get off on that. You hear what this gentleman said earlier, is that it's like they don't care. Yes, because they have no heart. That's why the Lord has to have a speedy riddance of this place. You know, let's go to the book of a few more precepts and close it out. I didn't want to make this too long. Let's go to the book of Revelation. That's why the Lord is going to make a speedy riddance of this place. In Revelation 18th chapter, the Lord mentioned 3 times that great city will be destroyed in 1 hour. So start off Revelation 18 verse 10. Let's go right to it. It says, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city, Babylon, confusion, that mighty city, America ruled this earth with a very draconian style for a long time, for a little season. The Bible refers to it as that mighty city, for in 1 hour thy judgment comes. Salaki. Drop down to verse 17. For in 1 hour so is great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company of ships. So all these people who are doing business with America are standing still. The ships are standing still because America will be on fire, right? They can't no longer do business with America, and a lot of these nations are being made rich. You know, it says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off. I'll drop down to verse 19. And they cast dust on their heels, and they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, crying, saying, at last, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. So that's why the Lord has to make a speedy riddance of this place, right? But the real reason as well, you drop down to verse 24, and in her were found the blood of the prophets and the saints. See, this is all the Israelites right here, the prophets and the saints. Who are the saints? Psalms 50 verse 5, the Israelites and all that were slain upon the earth. Yes, the great whore has a lot of blood on her hands. America has a lot of blood. This is history of violence, right? So the Lord says in 3 times in the book of Revelation, in 1 hour that great city will come to naught. So this is where all the confusion comes in, because the judgment has reached the heavens. Because everything these people do, they're going off. They're the adversaries, anti-Hamashiach. They do everything opposing to what the Lord does. The Lord says, be fruitful and multiply. And what these people say, do this kind of movement, get this kind of surgery, get this kind of hormone blocking, do this, do that. Everything leads to death and destruction. That's where all that stuff goes. So everything the Lord sets up, the Lord is perfect in all his ways. In all his works. But these devils, they turn it upside down because they want to replace the Most High. Isaiah 24 verse 10, it says, the city of confusion is broken. The city of confusion is broken down. See, that is America. But with that, I hope that you've been edified. Until the next time I say, Shalom, Israel. Lord's willing. Shalom.